I would say that the most challenging part is catering to diverse cognitive abilities. You should balance between simplicity and engagement, while at the same time accommodating various levels of cognitive functioning.
The educational needs of people with intellectual disability are more basic than the average person would think of. So the most challenging part is to be able to address those educational needs and transform them into games that would be actually fun and would not seem like you are trying to provide a lesson, which is, in my opinion, the most challenging and difficult factor.
At Dragon, we are trying to adapt the practices that we are having in the board games field to many types of categories, such as people with disabilities. Some of the most important needs that we notice are the needs of communication, as they have different types of disabilities and different types of level that they are able to communicate. So one of the most important need is the communicational need. As well, the learning part is very important. It's an important need that we are trying to cover by playing different type of board games and by adapting them to their needs.
The most simple adaptation which can be used in the board games is for sure making the rules faster and just shorter, because people with ID won't be remembering any micro rules or any longer and harder stuff, but also it is worth noting that they are not really thinking on when playing the games on many different levels, like many other players of the board games, like that they are doing something now, so they can score points later. They need rules which are thinking about what they are doing now, and the stuff what they are doing now is already somehow scoring them, somehow giving them points and things they can work toward to. So the most simple rule would be just focusing on the present aspects of the game which are done by the people, and not including any other additional layer of complexity with the additional scoring at the end, which is separate to the game itself.
I believe it's essential to simplify the rules, maybe sometimes remove some rules. It could be a good idea to use big fonts or vivid colors. It could be easier for people with intellectual disabilities to follow the game.
To make better board games for persons with intellectual disabilities, we should make the rules simpler, use bigger pieces with clear shapes and colors, and add pictures or hints to help them understand and join in more easily.
So it's always a great pleasure when I join programs, training programs like this. I believe I really improved my skills on board games, and the highlight was really when we actually played with people with intellectual disabilities. The joy was so huge, and the love we got from them and gave them back. It was an amazing experience I will never forget.
The most useful experience I have took is that I had the opportunity to interact with people with intellectual disabilities and play board games with them. I really enjoyed it, and it was useful for me seeing their reactions while playing board games in order to understand them and their needs better.
The actual confrontation with people with ID, for me it was a eye-opening, tenderizing, and I'm just happy that I had the opportunity to meet them, because I don't think I would ever understand how they actually think, interact, and what are their needs. So yeah, that was important for me.
For me, it was of high importance, the discussions with the experts, with speech therapists, with counselors from Romania, because they shared their personal experiences with people with intellectual disabilities, and in a way they made me fully understand that each person of them is literally a whole different world that needs tailored care and tailored approach, and it's really important to do that.
As Dracon, we support groups of people with similar interests to our organization, such as board game groups. We have tried it in the past, and we intend to continue doing it in a more organized manner, to invite people with intellectual disability in an organized way in our premises and play games with them. This is something that we are going to use certainly in similar manner that we saw here in Integra.
For sure, I can integrate the information and skills I gained during this LTT in my professional activities, like thinking about what kind of games I can create, which would be enjoyable not only for normal people with a normal level of intellectual abilities, but also people with ID. I can also think that I could try to integrate more of the simple rules or simple variants of the games, so that more variety of people could enjoy my games.
As a project manager, I need to research all the times ways to make the projects and the proposals that I'm writing more inclusive and more focused. By joining this training activity, I had contact with many people that helped me to make these projects more inclusive and focused. It's a good way to research by having direct contact, not only by reading practices, policies, and articles that are being written. It's very important to go in the field and to see the reality that the people are facing day by day. And here I meant also not only their trainers, but also the people that are being trained. For example, in our case, people with disabilities. We didn't have before such a great contact with other associations as well to understand their needs.
Two of the benefits are the feeling of being part of a team and playing, and the second one is the educating while playing.
Board games can offer to persons with intellectual disabilities numerous benefits, like fostering their social skills, enhancing communication abilities. They can provide a structured but at the same time enjoyable learning environment. And the most important of all for me is that board games can encourage a sense of inclusion and a sense of achievement.
So I think the most important and obvious part about it is that people with ID can interact in a society in a healthy way, but also to just make them happy and feel needed, and to give them a little bit of competitiveness that is healthy and fun.
People with intellectual disabilities, they can benefit from board games because at the same time they have fun, they use their skills, and they have the opportunity to be more social by interacting with other people.